bangers today. Slappers. Yo, what is going on today? What? Another one? Another one? A fucking another one? What up, man? What up, Slimes and Dines? We back at it again with another drop for another reaction. If you know, you know. If you don't, hit the button below. I'm feeling real West Coast today. You know what I'm saying? I feel like throwing my dubs up today, you know, because Mozzie just came with something. Fab was on some shit. Like, it was feeling real West Coast vibe. Mustard had some shit today. So, like, you know, I'm just going to have to get into the West Coast swing of things real quick just to show you that I have a wide range of music that I like. You know what I'm saying? And, like, I do want to get into some stuff. I seen that Common had an interview, and this is perfect timing too, because Common had an interview on Drink Champs talking about the beef with Ice Cube. Another one of the greatest people that I don't think they really know the history of Ice Cube. I think they just know him from the movies and, like, you know, the big three and shit like that. But, like, Ice Cube was a killer on the mic, dog. Like, I don't think anybody could really bang with Cube when it really came to that type of thing. Like, you know, he had his run and everything, and I still like his music, but you know, every artist kind of not fades out, but, like, it's a young man's game. Like, rap is a young man's game at the end of the day. So, like, I understand why, like, people don't mention Cube and, like, certain dudes from, like, the 90s and stuff like that in certain regards. But anyway, man, there's this interview with Common on Drink Champs. We're going to get into this, man. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We just gonna hop right into this, man. Like I said, Common is talking about his iconic battle with Ice Cube back in the day, which also it's not just Ice Cube, it was definitely Slaughterhouse. But we'll let the interview play out because I do remember this beef from the beef DVDs and, like, those days. So
hold on, this is not dairy? How is it so creamy?
that's crazy.
Whoa!
So
I didn't come
creamy.
prepared this time. I'm sorry. My bad.
How the fuck does Common and Ice Cube catch beef? How does I don't remember.
You don't remember how that?
It was West Side Connection.
Okay, no. So what happened? First of all, like, I grew up listening to KRS, Big Daddy Kane, Rakim, Ice Cube,
Right.
Too Short. Like, it wasn't no, like, being in Chicago, we was listening to all of them.
Right.
You know, I gravitated to. But so I wrote I Used to Love Her,
Right.
and I used to love about the evolution of hip hop, and I used a woman to describe, you know, hip hop.
One of the most creative records of all time.
Thank you. Thank you, man. Thank you.
One of my favorite records. Damn, I never told you this. That's one of the records I fell in love with hip hop.
That was the joint.
Dude,
joint.
I never told you this. I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, that record still hits.
My fault to pause after I was going on a rant. For those that don't know, Common's really a legend in the game too. He wasn't a backpack rapper. He was more like of a conscious rapper, and you know, he had his run too, but people just once again know him for the movies and everything else. But he's a legend too in the game. He just wasn't my particular type of guy, but I knew what he meant for the game back then.
That's right.
Because I don't know the story, so please.
So listen, Q was at some point. It's crazy because I remember when I first even like realized he dissed me. I was at a show in Chicago.
Wait, hold on. Because you said when you used to love her, when you said the West Coast part, he
he was.
I mean, it was kind of crazy.
I said she broke to the West Coast. I said she broke to the West Coast, and that was cool. Around the same time I went away to school. I'm a man that was expanding. Who am I to stand in her way? She probably get her money in LA. And she did stuff. She got big problems.
Oh, it didn't sound bad now.
She said that the pro-black was going out of style. So I was just talking about how we was losing the pro-blackness, and it wasn't all because of the West Coast.
Right.
I was just talking about if you really want to know one of the things that really made me write I Used to Love Her, I honestly was watching some East Coast artists imitating the West Coast, and it made me be like, nah, that ain't this shit ain't right. We the tribes. I know what New York is like because New York is representing that tribe.
Yes.
We know what the West Coast is like.
And now it's worse than ever.
So I was like,
you predicted this shit.
I wrote that. So listen. So I was like, man, I definitely didn't want to diss. In fact, I had Cube's new record in the video. Like, I was honoring a lot of the hip hop. So one day I'm sitting about to do a show. I'm in the car with my homie Rasan and King T. King T from the West Coast. And somebody said, yo, Cube dissed you on this song. So we playing the song, And I'm listening. I'm like, damn, this nigga dissing me. I can't think. Was like, nah, he ain't dissing you. He ain't dissing you. I'm like, this nigga dissing me.
It wasn't West Side Connection though, right?
It was on the West Side Connection record. Q was like, first of all, I was like, King T, how you gonna not say this is a diss? He said, all you niggas want to diss the Pacific, but you niggas never get specific. I used to love her, mad cause we fucked her.
Yeah.
Pussy whip bitch with no common sense. That was direct.
I gotta play it.
I mean, my first reaction was like, damn, Ice Cube know who I am. And then I was like,
You was mad.
I was mad. I got mad. I was mad for sure. And I was like, man. And then I saw them popping off at on like Rap City one time with Big Les.
So what's funny about that song and that line that he just brought up, which I'm definitely gonna have to play the video because I know the song, but there's a video, and I only know about this video from the Beef. I want to say it's Beef 2. It's a DVD collection where they talk about all the rap beefs up until probably like 05 or something like that, because it was a nice little series. So if you never peeped that, definitely go peep that. This is a little history, knowledge channel too. I'd like to throw a little bit in there every now and then. So if you're not familiar, get familiar, man. You'll get real in tune with like how this rap beef shit go, because I think people, the way they look at it now, man, like with this whole Drake and Kendrick thing and just how Drake's been beefing lately, and he's been the only artist that's really been beefing that's been on the top. People look at it a lot different, and I'm not really appreciating it as a fan myself, but like I get it, what I'm saying? But people just lost the history of like how this rap shit really go. I think they lost a sense of it, and that's alright. That's why this channel's out here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
And then I saw them in Atlanta. I saw West Side Connection Mac 10, and I was with my homies, and I think they just was like thinking I'm just a backpack nigga, but I'm with my guys.
Right.
And they hollered out something, we hollered out something. We like, what's up? We here. And I think they knew, like, okay, this dude a real dude. But then I was like, I remember spitting the rhyme. I wrote the bitch in you. I wrote the first verse to these KRS instrumentals, and I had the first verse, and I was going out rapping when I was out with De La. I did it on the West Coast and everything, and a lot of people the cats didn't want to mess with the beat. But
I was scared. I was scared after I heard them.
But listen, I hooked up with Pete. Tell him like when we connected that day. You said I was mad when you took me to the
I didn't even make the beat at my house. I didn't even make the beat at my house.
So he comes to see you in the studio. Is this Green Street studio?
No, he came to the hood. And first I had to calm him down and drive him around the hood. Like, yo, let's go get something to eat. Let's go see some women. Let's go, introduce you to some people, right? And then we went to my man's house where he had a stack of records. I'm going through the records and I'm like, I see this record, start playing it, and I heard this loop. And I was like, Then he heard it. Then he was like, yo, Pete, do something with that.
But you knew that he was going to make a diss record. You knew that. You knew that. Okay.
At this point, yeah. Because I already drove him around and did what I was like, you gonna get this nigga or what? So, and then we just, he heard the loop. Then I got these drums. I made it at my man Rob O's house, who's a member of this group called I&I. A record I made called Fake and Jacks.
Right.
Did it at his house, and he had records and equipment, and I just came up with the beat and come and start bopping his head like, yo, this one right here, maybe this the first beat I made, because I was gonna make beats, but the first one I made, he picked it. And said, I'm gonna run with this one.
Let me ask you,
and that's why I wrote the second verse to it after he made that beat.
Let me ask you, because Ice Cube was like a hard opponent to go against.
Yeah.
Like, how do you gas yourself up, or how do you come up with that? Because I ain't gonna lie, and this is me being 100%.
Yeah.
If Ice Cube might have dissed me, I might have let it ride. I'm like, fuck it, man. Let me see. You got me.
People know how dangerous Q's pen was, man.
I'm fighting. I don't mind. I want to bar with Ice Cube. He's one of those MCs, but. So what's going through your mind when you sitting there? You you about to go get one of the greatest of all time.
And like y'all said, No Vaseline is
that was one of the coldest.
And Death Certificate is one of the albums
the greatest MCs of all time. But I was just like, Man, I'm gonna have to light him up, man.
Right.
I believed in myself, man. I sat down.
Starts with belief.
The title was great.
Yo, I was like, yo, and the bitch of you, and then I was like, man, I just knew I could do what I needed to do on the battle, and I wasn't gonna go around. I'm going direct and straight. Like this how we battle. This how like you know who it's coming to,
right.
And I just felt, to be honest, that I had enough because I was a fan of his. I had enough things I could even. I was using a lot of things that he had done. But let me be clear now. Cube is my guy. I've been in his movie, one of his barbershop movies. Got ultimate respect for him. And we were grateful to Minister Farrakhan at the time. Brought us all together.
Bring you together.
Man,
is that because how serious it was getting though?
That was
Farrakhan house.
Yeah, Farrakhan.
Because I feel like he doesn't get involved unless something serious is about to go
He
down.
brought us together literally like a week after Biggie got killed. Wow. He was like, yo, this Pocket already died. Pocket got killed. Biggie died. He brought us together, and Cass was like, you know, we just like, man, we ain't trying to die. We want to live. Like this is something for us to live. You know, I'm a battery, you know, but you young at the time. You like, you don't know what's gonna happen. And it's for real. But you know, I like when it's just on wax, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Is it true the first time you performed it, or you performed it in LA, was one of the first times?
Yeah, one of the times I performed it in LA.
Yep.
What was crazy was
that.
Oh, he was there at the Gavin. Y'all remember the Gavin? Max Tindon was at the Gavin. And, you know, it's all love with Max Tindon now. But that said, I was on the West Coast. I was like, whatever's gonna happen, gonna happen. You know, I was in that type of mentality. And then, and what's crazy, I was on the show, and it was West Coast. It was at the House of Blues. And man, I just was like, man, what's gonna happen is gonna happen. My father was even there.
Oh,
like, you know. It's gonna be what
That's the only disc record I've ever produced, ever. Like that's
You were probably like, that's it, I'm done with this.
that's it.
Yeah.
Like, that was potent. That's good enough for me. I'm good.
It's a
I
classic.
hear this bitch in you now.
Yeah, but
Goddamn, let's make some
Cause I feel like West Side Slaughterhouse was so bad that like
that was crazy at that time. I'm like, and like you said, you were looked at like a backpack rapper.
Yeah,
So a lot of
point
people didn't think you was going,
not really that
for lack of a better term, come this hard. You came hard.
Yeah.
You know,
Super hard. Like,
and I don't think none of us saw that.
yeah, nah, I ain't gonna front. That was a lot of niggas that wasn't like fucking with me or just like, he one of them backpack dudes. I done had dudes come up to me and be like, man, when I heard the bitch in you, I was like, okay, all right. Like they respected me at that point. But you know, sometimes it does that. The battles can get that out of you. It's like in sport and in a lot of things, you know. But even we saw that with the battle that just happened. Like, because I mean, to me, when you deliver in a battle too, it just kind of raises your artistry up in a way, because it's like, okay, I can make these records. I can make a record about a woman. I can make a record about what life is treating me. I can make reminisce. So I can make, but I can also get into this to this battle, to this war, and do what I need to do.
Alright, I banged with that interview. Shit, I mean, that's a great segue into what I'm about to get into, because I'm feeling this West Coast vibe today. I'm telling you, y'all about to get a couple of West Coast hits, and like, this is perfect into the beef mix, because one, I don't remember Common, his track being hard like that. I just don't remember, so I'm gonna have to really go play that one back. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment, you know, if you guys want to hear that. I think I'm just gonna play it regardless, but let me know what y'all think about this beef as well. Let me just talk on Cube real quick, man, because I feel like Cube really don't get a lot of respect out here, dog. And like, yo, people gotta understand, what Cube took out NWA. My man went at Cypress Hill. You know what I'm saying? Like, he took Common down, and people sleep on that Bow Down album, dog. It's either an album or a record, if not both. He came out a whole coast, dog. Like, during the heat of that East Coast, West Coast shit, he came out a whole coast, because people forget in the time, the West wasn't really getting jacked like that on the East Coast like that. And then that whole East Coast, West Coast thing was a real deal when it came to Biggie and Tupac. Obviously, you heard him say, like, you know, they just lost, Pac and I think Big or whatever. But, you know, at the end of the day, Cube's one of them dudes that really took on the whole coast, man. I'm gonna have to go play into that bag too, because like, I think it's Bow Down and New York Critics where Cube just straight slaughters not the East Coast, but I want to say probably like the magazines and the stuff that was going on the East Coast. Like I'd have to play that back and just hear the lyrics on that and break that down a little bit. But I do know the time frame and what it was. And like Cube also with the Cypress Hill thing, it got like, I'm surprised Farrakhan got involved with this. I didn't know that. That's new to me, which is kind of crazy because I didn't think it got that deep. But I know that Cypress Hill and Slaughterhouse shit was deep. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Common, man. Common a legend. I can't say I rock with his music. I'm not even gonna sit here and fake, but I do remember him being, you know, you ain't wet and nothing, nigga. You Canada Dry when he came at Drake. So I know he can do a little something, but I gotta hear this Cube bitching you shit. I gotta hear this. So when I come back, man, it's gonna be that Westside Slaughterhouse, New York Critics, and we gonna throw Bad Down on there because I know he's dissing on there. I know he is. He has to because now this is all making sense. This ties into everything. It all makes sense. So don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe, man. I'm going to be back with more of that West Coast shit. And we're going to get back into the other stuff, too. But like I said, I just love the overall. I love sound, man. I love shit that sounds good. So, once again, smash that subscribe button, man. I'll be back, dog. I'm out. Peace.